Hello and welcome to another episode of Film Seizure. I am Jeff Arbuckle.
I'm Jason Oliver.
And with us is
The triumphant return
of
Chuck Moore.
Yes.
You want more Chuck?
More Chuck.
We
More
brought
Chuck.
you Chuck Moore.
Yes.
This week, Jason's not happy. Jason's not a happy
I'm
camper.
really not.
He is not a happy camper today. We're talking about the movie Savage Harbor. This is one of the finest movies from 1987, starring the impeccable, unbelievably handsome, according to many characters in this movie.
And cute. He was cute.
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 But
Yes.
also maybe
But-
not very smart.
But no,
Not
he's
very
definitely
smart.
not very smart.
Well, that's a given.
Frank Stallone.
Hey.
And we also have Christopher Mitchum. Now, Mitchum is more than just a...
Pretty mullet face.
he's got a face like a catcher's mitt.
He does.
He is Robert Mitchum's son. So you got a Stallone and a Mitchum, but not those Stallone.
Mitchum.
We got the
and
B-
Stallone
the B
are
team.
in Death Feud.
Death Feud is the other name this goes
C team? D
D
team?
team.
D team?
by.
Honestly,
Blam, blam,
I don't
blam,
know. I
blam,
don't know
blam, blam.
what Christopher Mitchum is even doing in this movie.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there because it's gonna be kind of a point counterpoint. With Chuck
Or a
maybe
point,
moderating.
I don't really care. More likely.
All right, so let's talk about how this movie came into the realm of Film Seizure.
Yeah.
Jason,
It looked like it would be a lot of fun.
yeah, so
And we decided to buy it and watch it, and it sucked. That's what happened. Fuck you, Vinegar Syndrome.
don't say that to me.
No, I love them, but I hate you for this one. This one sucks. You sold us on an amazing trailer.
Yeah, there was a guy on
slick
fire.
marketing and cool packaging and Stallone and Mitchum, and you duped us. You duped us, you sick bastards, and I don't appreciate it. I'm waiting for the slips to sell out, and I'll sell it on eBay for $150,000
Probably to
to
Frank
some
Stallone.
to some sucker who has
Yeah,
to,
Frank
who
Stallone
has
needs
to
a
who
copy.
has to have every limited edition Vinegar Syndrome release, or else he won't feel complete in his life.
So
Yeah.
Jason liked this movie. Jeff,
Yeah.
what
Loved
did
it.
what did you think about it?
Fucking loved it.
You fucking you loved it that much?
No, I didn't love it that much, but there are elements of this movie that I do love. Okay, I'm holding the case here because I think it's really important sometimes when we come across movies like this. We did this before with
We were hoping for another Raw Force. Let's just be frank. Every
then
Let's
I'll be
just-
Sly.
I'll be Dolph.
perfect.
Yeah, we got it.
But if we're being honest,
I must talk to you.
there's a search. There's now like a standard, and it's Raw Force.
We're
we're
always
always
looking
looking for
for
the
the
next
next
Raw
Raw
Force.
Force.
And we thought this might be in that conversation. And you have to admit, Jeff, even if you enjoyed this movie to some degree, it's in nowhere close to the League of Raw
no.
Force.
No, I know what our next Raw Force is going to be.
You guys were crowning this before we watched it as an honorary force
I
film.
know it looked like it had all the.
That's
It has
how
all the
duped
hallmarks.
We were
you
duped.
were. Well, how duped you were.
I was duped.
Jeff, does it? I know we haven't talked about the film yet, but does it
I feel
approach the forceness?
No.
I feel
So we
human
keeping it
trafficked.
out of force.
No, it's not a Force movie.
Okay.
I feel human
honorary
trafficked.
force
like
revoked.
The poor women of Savage Harbor. I feel savaged and harbored.
Oh, so you're saying that you
You've
were
been
being
savaged
sold
in your
off?
harbor?
Yeah,
Yikes.
Yeah,
yeah.
you were being sold off as an Asian
Yeah.
prostitute, but
Which
you
there
weren't.
weren't any
Oriental
Orientals.
I
of
still
any
don't know what that
way,
first
shape, or
scene,
form.
like
Okay,
what
we're-
those people were trying to do.
It was the action.
I want to know. I want to know what those people
It
were
was
trying
the
to do.
promise.
Okay, so-
what it was the promise of more interesting things to come that did not
He
come.
got intercepted somehow.
It was like, wait a minute. 50 minutes later, things will actually start happening again.
Kind of.
Okay. Well,
Kind of.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's read from the back of the box here because this back of this, there's two big paragraphs. I'm going to read them both. Okay.
All right.
Joe, Frank Stallone from Barfly. And I got a story about Barfly I guess I'm holding on to that I was going to tell before and doesn't do anything.
There's nothing
And
there.
Christopher Mitchum, Executioner Part 2.
Oh, God, really?
Yeah. Live a life of high seas adventures. So we're told. Working as merchant seaman. It's hard to say that without laughing a little bit. But after arriving in port in Los Angeles for a brief leave, Joe meets Anne, a desperate young woman with a sordid history of prostitution and heroin addiction. Addition. They misspelled addiction.
Addition?
Yeah, a desperate young woman with a sordid history of prostitution and heroin addiction.
2 + 2 = heroin.
Nice work, Vinegar Syndrome.
As their romance builds, Joe realizes that he's falling in love, but soon Annie's former pimp, Harry, tracks her down, kidnapping and brutalizing her with the intent of forcing her back under his control and into her old ways of life. Determined not to let her go, Joe and Harry form a two-man army to rescue. They fucked up again.
They were phoning it in
They
on the
were.
casing at the end
They
of
were
this.
like, they'll buy any fucking bullshit that we put a slick slip on, and they'll
slick slip?
a slick slip. And this seriously, we could ejaculate onto every slips case, and they'll buy it. Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
You're angry. That's where that
I'm
came
angry. That's my anger.
from. Joe, okay, I'll fix this. Joe and Chris form a two-man army to rescue Anne and take down Harry and his thugs once and for all. A brain-busting mid-'80s action extravaganza in the Executioner Part 2 vein of mind-numbing sleaze, Savage Harbor, also known as Death Feud, also stars Greta Blackburn from Party Line. Nice. Look for that to come soon at B Movie Anyway. Anthony Caruso, Zebra Force and Claws.
a Force movie.
No,
Yeah.
Zebra Force. An actual Force movie. Nicholas Worth, Don't Answer the Phone, and Swamp Thing. And Lisa Loring.
And Darkman. He was a Darkman.
And Darkman. And Lisa Loring, The Addams Family.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Lisa Loring here in a
Oh,
minute.
little Wednesday Addams, all grown up. Jesus.
Directed by notorious exploitation film auteur Carl Monson, A Scream in the Streets. Vinegar Syndrome Archive presents the worldwide disc debut of Savage Harbor, presented in a new 2K restoration of its original camera negative !
Fuck you.
That
Fuck
reading
you.
was more exciting than most
movie.
of the film.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Let's break this down, right? The movie opens with scummy old man Harry. He's looking out to a raft that's coming in to Los Angeles, like the coast of Los Angeles, and he's like talking to his, I don't know, one of his goons.
His lackey.
His goons, yeah. And the goon's like, "What's that?" And he's like, "Oh, that's some Oriental poontang,"
Yeah.
which is fantastic. And he says, and so basically, these are going to be Oriental poontang that they're going to sell as hookers. Anne, which is Harry's hot babe, is like, "I don't like this, blah, 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 blah. It's white slavery." When I'm like, "No, it's not white slavery, but
It's Oriental slavery.
but at the same time,
She was right.
it is white slavery."
Because there were no Asians on this raft.
There wasn't even a hint of anything brown or olive skinned on this raft.
It was
So
all
these
white
people-
slavery.
These people were clearly trying to dupe Harry. But we don't know why.
Yes,
we
don't
don't
know
know
why.
why.
So basically, that's what creates a firefight, and people start shooting at one another. In the melee, Anne runs away. Okay, a guy catches on fire and then is kind of blown up kind of.
Yeah,
he's
He's fucked.
and it
Yeah.
never gets any better than that.
Well, for a minute, we start kind of thinking.
I mean, Vinegar Syndrome uses the flaming man in a loop in the raft as the menu, the menu card for this movie. Like this, they're selling the whole movie based on this guy on fire.
yeah.
And it looks pretty cool. We were excited. We're like, that's cool. That's one of the coolest menus I've ever seen.
You said it was the best menu ever in any disc ever.
I was very impressed. I was like, yeah, if that's just a hint of what's to come, then oh boy, it's gonna be fun. That was not
What
just
came?
that was not just a hint of what was to come. That was all there was.
That's what
to
came.
come. That's what came. So cool. You can pop this disc in, watch the menu, and call it a day. End of episode. See you later. Heading home.
So Chuck.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. The movie has moments of seeming like it might become this weird mishmash of gobbledygook.
Oh.
I can see that.
No,
It didn't even quite become gobbledygook.
I often watch movies and I'm like, man, this actually has potential to be a mishmash of weird gobbledygook. I'm going to stick around and see what kind of gumbo goopy gop this might turn into.
Oh. So as it turns out, for the next hour, all we get is goop.
Yeah.
Right?
So
We
here's
get-
the thing. The next, say, 15 minutes of this movie is we meet Frank Stallone and
Guy who doesn't belong.
Goonballs Mitchum.
Fuck.
And they're both falling in love with different women. They, Frank, they get off the boat. And it's a scene that's used twice in the movie of them just talking back and forth as they're deboarding their ship. And he saves Anne because she hitches a ride with a guy who looks like, what'd you say? It was like Trump and
It's a combination of Biff Tannen
Trump
and Trump.
with a whole lot of droopy face. He had a droopy side of his face, and so he saves Anne, and they instantly fall in love. Meanwhile, and they show days and days and weeks and months.
You know
of
what it
their
is?
romance.
You know what it is?
Goop.
Of goop. You know what it is? It's like the Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid raindrops keep falling on my head sequence, but for 25 minutes.
Or I had mentioned the scene from The Naked Gun with Herman's Hermits, where and that was more accurate because it was like one day, but they changed outfits, they did different things, they were in different places. There was a lot of tongue on chin and weird making out
Every
moments.
time Frank Stallone goes in for the kiss, it's like tongue first.
Yeah, his tongue comes
like,
out
I
way
really feel badly. What's the name of the actress that he licks for 20 minutes of this movie? I feel bad for her. Lisa Loring, or is that Greta Blackburn? Is Greta Blackburn maybe?
Probably.
I don't think so.
I feel bad for whoever.
Greta
it
Blackburn
is.
might have been the other.
I don't
Whoever got
know.
licked by Frank Stallone, I feel for you
So
because he is tongue first.
he's tongue first. He's going in tongue first.
He's like, ooh, I got a kissing scene. Yeah,
Face lick.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
He doesn't.
I don't use mouthwash or nothing either. I just had a whole lot of garlic.
Yeah, I just had a whole lot of
Garlic and
cannoli.
onions and cannoli. That's racist.
Oh, fuck off. Anyway, you don't get to do this to me. I do it to you. This is not your shtick. So anyway, meanwhile, Mitchum is in the bar, and this is just a regular like dive bar, right? It's like where all the merchant seamen go to.
You're right. It's funny.
It's funny, right? You can't say that shit without
The
laughing.
merchant seaman.
Anyway, I'm not even drunk. I've had one beer tonight. That's so disappointing. Anyway.
We haven't even talked about avocados yet.
No, wait. We got to bury this lead.
Am I blowing the punchline?
Dude, we have 42 minutes. We gotta space this shit out. Okay. So
Jason's going to be clock watching for the next 40 minutes until he tries to stick the landing.
so the the dive bar. First of all, you've got Mitchum, who just wants to get fucking laid.
Yeah.
And so he tries calling up women, seeing what they're up to. They're busy. He asks the black bartender
For his little black book.
who is essentially, for lack of a better term, a male mammy. He even says, "My only part is to be here for you, massa, and serve you drinks and make you happy."
Yeah.
And it's like, yee.
Yeah, it's a little uncomfortable.
But Chuck,
Yes.
what does he have behind the bar?
Oh, man.
He has a poster.
It's a pretty good message, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, especially in the 80s when AIDS was rampant. It says, "Stop AIDS."
But what does it recommend you do to stop AIDS?
Stop having butt sex.
It's two fucking male bathroom sign guys.
Yeah, it looks like a handicap accessible sign,
Yeah.
but for, you know what I mean?
For
It's those,
butt fucking.
yeah, for BFing.
Yeah. One bent over in front of the other.
And the other one's just his arms are out.
Yeah.
Like he's not even holding on to the other guy.
like
If you don't want to watch the movie to see this, I have a picture.
It's like he's got his hands up on the stall, you know, like he's
Yeah.
taking a good piss on the urinal.
Yeah.
a wicked pisser.
A wicked piss. Well, this
Yeah.
movie really hates gay people too.
It does. We'll get there.
Oof.
So he asked.
We
the black
already
guy-
got there. I mean, that Stop AIDS sign was
That's-
enough
that's the
that was
to
the
know
first goddamn
because
clue, man.
It
That-
seems now that it was placed there intentionally,
Yep.
not like it was just on the wall.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it was
You know what I
placed there
mean?
intentionally.
Yeah, and having seen the whole movie, 100%.
I mean, when you
Right.
have your protagonist and your antagonists call the one stereotypically gay character a faggot, it's
multiple times.
multiple times. It's kind of fucked up.
Everybody calls them
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I won't even
It's
say-
like
I'm not
it's like
even gonna
fair
say it.
game. It's like fair game. Like
Yeah.
the gay character in this movie is less than human essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty repulsive.
yeah, it's pretty bad. It is. It's pretty bad. I can't defend that. I will defend the rest of this movie though, and here we go. So he's like, "Hey man, give me your black book," and the dancer, who's just, mind you, this is a dive bar. It's got a bar, maybe some booths, and a fucking pool table, and a shitter,
And a dancer.
and a
Yes.
single dancer with just these Santa Claus
Pasties.
pasties, just dancing in this bar for the men who are all like fucking washed
Little
up,
like string panties on.
yeah,
Yep.
with also Sandy on it.
Yep.
So she's just dancing. Well, she realizes what Mitchum's going for, and so she comes up and she's like, "Here, call this number and tell her Roxy called you." Now,
I
Roxy,
actually did like that.
that
I like that.
was a clever flirt.
Yeah.
Because he calls that number and Roxy just answers.
She answers the payphone. Yeah.
But Mitchum is so smart
He doesn't.
that he
even-
has zero clue he's talking to the girl 7 feet away from her, him on the payphone.
He's a little dense.
He is dead.
And he pulls the look at his
look
his phone maneuver like 5 times, which
He's like,
always
"Can you
cracks me.
believe this?"
Yeah, and he's looking at the
Pretty
phone.
much everyone in this movie is a little bit dumb.
And not all of them are
Yeah.
cute.
No.
No, but Frank Stallone is a hairless gorilla.
Okay.
He's a hairless gorilla?
Yeah. Well, he's inverted hair. Where gorillas don't have hair, he has hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. He's like a negative.
He's a photo negative ape. So anyway,
Chuck is giving us a look like I don't get it.
I get it, but I'm not on board with it.
Have you never seen a photo negative 8?
I'm looking at King Kong while you're talking about this.
Imagine
And
this.
it's like all hair.
Yeah.
Right? So basically, it's like, oh, he doesn't have any hair at all.
He's a hairless fucking No, let's not go there. Let's just be done with that part.
Well, we
of
got to
it.
talk about something. I'm for it. I mean, let's talk more about this.
Well,
it's
let's
better than
talk-
talking about the movie.
Probably.
All right. So, who is Roxy in real life?
Wednesday Adams.
That's
yes,
crazy, man.
little baby Wednesday Adams.
Little Wednesday
all
Addams.
grew up.
That's crazy.
With Santa Claus pasties.
Yep, and titties out.
That's crazy, man. It's weird.
It is. It's totally weird. But I guess that's what happens to you if you want to keep acting. You end up in Savage Harbor.
She did somebody a favor for this movie.
Do you think? I don't know, man. I think maybe she didn't have a career and.
Did anyone get paid to make this film? I feel like nobody made any
No,
money.
Vinegar Syndrome got paid for this
Oh
movie.
my God! So the director was who again? Carl Monson. That's got to be a pseudonym,
The
right?
auteur.
I would think so. Because I'm pretty sure
He
we
made,
saw the director.
the auteur. He made a Scream in the Streets. I mean, who the fuck is this guy? This had to be like European money. Like they were gonna try and sell this shit on Mitchum and Stallone and
but not
flip
those
it,
Mitchum
right?
and
And flip
Stones.
it and make some money. I'm sure everybody made decent money on this thing.
Okay.
I mean, I
Fair.
mean,
That's
Well,
neither here
here's-
nor
I
there,
would
I
guess
guess.
more than
but
scale, probably.
Now, here's the interesting thing also. For those of you at home, and actually for you two guys, you can look it up on your fucking phones. This
Damn,
version
girl.
of the cover of Savage Harbor, take out the woman, and you have Stallone on the left and Mitchum on the right, and a gun between them. Look up the cover to Nighthawks.
Same thing.
Pretty much, it's Stallone and Rutger Hauer. I think.
Well, what year did Nighthawks come out?
81 or 2. It was early 80s.
clever.
But well, this is the new cover. So like even Vinegar Syndrome's selling us up the river on this.
All that's coming up is the Edward Hopper painting.
Anyway,
I would rather look at that for 90 minutes than
No,
watch
you
this
would-
movie
you would-
again.
you would definitely want to watch Nighthawks.
I've seen it. I'm just saying that when I Google Nighthawks, oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, you're right. It's almost identical.
May
Yeah.
I see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see that, everyone?
Yep.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
You're looking through my eyes as the viewer.
It's
Yeah.
it's identical.
So, but anyway, yeah, this movie's a con job. The
Yeah.
Frank Stallone's name in this.
Joe Hardwell.
He gets hard well.
He doesn't even hard good. Or
No,
hard
he just
awesome.
hards well.
He just hards
He
well.
just-
Well is the proper vocabulary or the proper grammar.
Oh, now you're defending
He's-
this film.
Hey, I knew I'd win. Jason over.
I'm defending proper grammar, and if you're gonna get hard, you get hard well, not hard good.
Can you not get hard awesome?
Well, you can do that.
Or hard awesomely?
Awesomely hard.
Awesome, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. So long story short, Stallone, over the course of many seemingly weeks, possibly months, but in film time days, or actually probably
One
hours.
day. Yeah.
Yeah. He falls in love with Anne while Mitchum and Wednesday Addams are kind of not working out.
Well, before. Well,
they
okay.
have
go ahead.
one night together that goes from like hot and heavy to I gotta go back on the ship. Babe.
Yeah, those two, the second pair, Mitchum and Wednesday, they have almost a falling out because she believes this was something special because she never brings anyone home from the bar,
Right.
and he.
And
isn't
she
sure-
genuinely likes him.
Yes, and he has to get back on the boat. He'll find out Wednesday. He thinks he ships out, and she has a fit about it.
He'll find out on Wednesday.
That's what he said.
Well,
Wow, I
and
wonder
then
if
he also found out some other things on Wednesday.
on Wednesday.
Yeah.
on
Like how to
her.
take off those goddamn pasties that she wore for half the movie.
Oh my God, she's probably still wearing them to this day.
Yeah, it's this place is perpetually Christmas time.
Yeah.
I should also mention there's a weird time thing going on.
Yeah,
here.
but before that, well, everything in the town is painted for Christmas while all of this first exposition is going on. And before Joe Hardwell and his lady fall in love, he asks her the really weird question that we haven't talked about. That becomes a giant theme in the movie. Jason, you don't even want to. He doesn't even want to talk about it.
I know what you're talking about.
He asks
you're talking
her
about the A word.
Yeah, the A word. He asks her,
"Do you like my asshole?"
Yes. Do you like avocados? And somebody in the room while we were watching this goes, "What?" And then the girl on the film goes, "What?"
I said
me.
what? And then
it was one of us.
And then Chuck was like, "Are you not familiar with foreshadowing?" And
This
so
movie's brilliant.
And so I thought, well, all right, there'll be some callback to this like 50 minutes from now. Nope. It was like 5 minutes later. He tells a story about his avocado farm to her, and that they should go live there and sell avocados.
He knows a guy that owns an avocado farm, and they should buy it.
That's what it is. Yeah, they're gonna go to the bank, get the loan. They're gonna buy the avocado farm. It's like, what?
And they do it. They do it.
I thought they got married in that scene.
I did too.
Because he said, "Hey, you won't."
And
get
she's got like a
married,
white dress on too.
Yeah.
I thought they went and got married.
She-
But apparently they got a loan to buy the fucking avocado farm.
Whether you get married or you don't, you go to the place in a white dress and all denim. Because he's in denim this whole fucking movie.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
I
the
mean,
denim
he was
budget
denim on top,
It's a
denim on
runaway
bottom.
denim budget.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
stockings.
And stockings. So many stockings. I'm on board with that. I'm on board
I was
with
on
that.
board with the main lady's gams. Nice lady.
The costume coordinator or costume director or whomever that
I'm
is.
feeling like it was the director, and it's like, this is what I wear, and this is what I like my bitches to wear.
I'm on board with the costume design of this movie. That's one thing I liked. There's some sexy lingerie.
I told you we'd find something.
There was some sexy lingerie, and there was some hilarious denim. And
so much denim.
And so many like Stallone pageboy hats and leather jackets.
Like I thought he was at times
Paradise Alley.
He was
like,
a paper
he
boy.
wanted
That
wanted
was
to be
exactly
he
it.
wanted to be fucking Sly from Paradise Alley.
Yep.
So bad. So bad.
he wants to be Sly so bad.
Oh yeah.
And
But let's be frank.
Thank
that's
you.
what fate said.
That's why you're here, Chuck.
You're welcome.
This is gonna be hard.
It's already hard.
But is it hard? Well,
It's hard.
It's hard. It's
well.
hard good at this point.
So eventually, time passes, and he has to go back onto his seaman boat.
On Wednesday.
His merchant seaman boat.
And Anne goes back to normal life. Now, what we didn't know at the time was that Anne did have a heroin past. We learn this as she gets scooped up by the goons and taken back to Harry.
Yeah, Harry Kane wants her back.
And Harry gets her back, and then he juices her up with heroin.
Yeah.
And it's like,
That was a shitty.
that's a real fucking nefarious thing, man. That
This
is
is like the
evil
thing.
shit.
This is the thing that your parents warned you about. That the drug dealers are gonna like.
And
They're
girls
gonna
in the
get you
80s.
hooked.
Yep, and girls in the 80s, if you wore a short skirt, you're gonna get hooked.
Yeah.
And
Then you'll be addicted.
then you'll be a hooker or additioned. She has an addition problem.
Addition.
Yeah.
Yes. She's not so good at subtraction.
But addition.
But maybe she's good at subtraction.
She's
but
good at
But
subtraction.
she's got a problem with
she can
addition.
do long division.
She can't reverse things in her mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
She's gonna be a shitty.
she's like an idiot savant with like.
You
with
do
like
not
multiple
want her
vision.
running the books at the avocado farm.
No, you don't.
You do.
No,
not.
you do
And
not.
I don't think you want Frank Stallone.
No,
either.
Frank Stallone.
You want the
Here's-
avocados taking care of
I think.
themselves.
I think honestly, if I'm gonna put
Well,
the,
he will get involved if one avocado starts to rough up another avocado.
Yes.
I'm gonna put this whole thing in the hands of Wednesday Addams. Honestly, I think she's got the
Well,
best head on her
goddamn,
shoulder.
We're skipping to the end.
I think she's
But
got
she
the
has
best
a good
head on her
She
shoulders.
has some good boobs on her chest too.
Good boobs on her chest, good head on her shoulders. I think she's the one.
She might be the one.
Yeah.
My impression of what it would be like for Frank Stallone to run the books at the avocado farm is he looks at one crate coming in and one crate going out, and he looks at it. He screams to the sky, Annie, and then he punches the spreadsheet he's working on. Then he just decides to go back to semen.
Okay, that was good.
All right.
Okay.
That was good. I filled about a minute of time.
Right. I'm trying to help here.
Okay, so, you want to
No,
actually
go.
talk about the rest of what happens, or
Yes.
skip ahead a little?
Well, we got our favorite line.
So, which one?
Can we talk about the fact
You're
that
about to get cut, motherfucker.
That one's good, but before that, we're all like in the Jason and I are in the doldrums, Jeff. I don't know where your head is at because you're giggling behind us like the whole
can't-
film.
I
my
want to
brain
know
melted.
why it is always Christmas in L.A. in this movie.
Yes. Okay. So there's a few days. They go back on the boat. 6 months later, it's still Christmas. The fuck, L.A.
Not only is it still Christmas, I mean, it is like legitimately still Christmas. Frank Stallone goes to his lady's father's house, and his father has a fucking Christmas tree.
Maybe they just started
up in the living
celebrating
room.
Christmas 6 months early.
Yeah, they either always celebrate Christmas or Christmas comes twice a year or something. In
Well,
LA
there's
in
Christmas
this
in
movie.
July sales. Maybe that's what.
But
they're
he
celebrating.
still has his goddamn Christmas tree up, and it's not like it's up.
He
and-
lives in a
and-
shit shack.
And it's not like it's up though, and it just didn't take it down. It's up and it's lit.
Well, dude, people do that shit. People do that shit in real life.
The apartment complex, like
It's not an apartment complex. That was a fucking trailer park.
Well, no, not a trailer park. No, I'm saying the whorehouse, where all the horrors
that was a hotel.
are.
That also had Christmas
hotel.
decorations
That has the
in the
Christmas
window
decorations
and-
on the door. The whole fucking movie.
It
Yeah.
said Happy Holidays. So obviously, these people are in on that war.
There's
on
just
Christmas.
there's just
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah, they are.
Christmas spirit to this.
They
movie.
started it. They
This
started the war.
movie. It's a Christmas movie.
It's
So
a shitty one.
if you're gonna watch it around the Christmas time.
Yeah,
holidays.
so-
It'll warm the dark cuckolds of your heart.
Joe Hardwell gets back off the boat. He's all excited to go see his lady.
Yeah.
And she's nowhere to be found because she's been scooped up by Harry Kane, another reference to
Yeah,
Christmas.
would you think that there would be some way to communicate?
it's a Harry too.
Yeah.
Harry.
Yeah.
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 He gets the rest of the ape.
Yeah. Okay.
See, this is a thinker.
This is a thinker.
This movie has depth.
Well, communicate.
Depths in that
Communicate.
fucking
See, this was
Depth
just
of
too
hair.
over our head, Jason.
Yeah. It's
I
it's
got
only
it.
on reflection
I was watching it
that
like
us simple people can really get
Yeah.
what this movie.
I
is
They
was-
trying
didn't
to
hammer
tell us.
I
things
was
home
watching
to
it
us
Like
they should've.
Jeff just got it all. Like he's like this is a genius. This is a work of
I
just
was
art.
watching it like
It's
it was the
majestic.
fucking end of 2001.
But we really
It was
need to
happening
just
to
like
me.
break
Yeah.
it down before we can truly understand the meaning behind it all. Yeah,
It's deep.
I'm coming around.
So
Yeah, I bet.
Joe comes
Yeah.
back to town. He can't find his girl because his girl is on heroin and she's calling every boy caller. No, they're not the boy caller. Any gentleman that
John.
goes into her room, she calls him Joe and is licking their chest hair like she used to lick
Hey, I'm
Joe's.
into that.
And there's nothing,
It
literally
should be. It
nothing
should be.
happens for 50 minutes. And then Harry says the best line of the movie, besides the one that we haven't mentioned yet because it hasn't happened yet. But he says, too much bullshit and not enough action.
And we're all
That's like,
yes.
that should be on the case of the
Yes,
movie. It should
Yes!
say too much
That's
bullshit
the fucking tagline.
and not enough action.
Yep. But you can't sell it with that, can
No,
you?
you can't.
You
Well,
can't
you
tell
could.
can't tell the truth.
Unless there's-
can you, Vinegar
Unless there's
Syndrome?
people out there that like bullshit.
No.
Tell
I
the
mean, because
truth.
there
I
was-
make my
Tell the
whole
truth,
life out of
Vinegar
bullshit.
Syndrome.
There was a lot
Tell
of
the
bullshit.
truth.
Was there not for like 50 minutes?
Yeah. This one.
Too much bullshit, not enough action is exactly how you sum this movie up.
So this movie was self-aware too. So maybe we should give it credit for
It's
that.
meta. It's
Yeah,
a
it is
meta narrative.
But anyway, so Joe decides to go look for his girl, and somehow he wanders into
He wanders into another situation where a girl's getting roughed up by her
similar to where he picked up his lady.
pimp.
in the
Yeah,
beginning.
pretty much. And so he decides to play Boy Scout again. You're watching that fucking clock. I caught you.
I was looking at your bitchin' King Ghidorah, man.
Okay. King Ghidorah.
Whatever. I don't pronounce things well.
Bardwar.
This is well established. I was also looking at your bitch and Mothra. Did you paint that?
No, that came like that.
It's awesome.
Anyway, so yeah, so he decides he's gonna go fuck up the guy. He's like, hey man, stop messing with that lady. And he's also with a black pimp, and the black pimp stops him, pulls out a fucking switchblade,
Yeah.
and he says, "You're about to get cut, motherfucker."
He's wearing the glove too.
Yeah, he's got a
like
thing
he's
with
like
gloves.
total like stereotypical 80s Michael Jackson video.
Yep. And he's
Dude.
gonna get you about to
Yeah.
get yourself cut, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Says it like that too.
Yeah,
It's
and
neat.
and he doesn't do any cutting. He gets the knife taken away from him and punched in the gut like
no,
immediately.
he gets kicked in the balls.
Oh yeah, he gets kicked in the
He
balls.
gets kicked in the balls.
Everyone gets kicked in the balls in this movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of ball kicking.
Yeah, there's at one point Mitchum does a karate kick into a guy's balls
Yeah.
because their jeans are so fucking tight. He can't lift his leg up to do a,
Well,
a
they're just
proper
they're,
karate
they're
kick.
just out there though. The balls are too, because
So-
everybody's jeans are so tight. They're
Yeah.
just like
Lots of
I
avocados.
see
Oh,
a
dude,
bulge,
that-
I'm gonna kick it.
Lots of
Yeah.
avocados.
Lots of avocados, like
Yeah.
smuggling avocados.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So this time though, when he beats him up, the lady, as you referred to her,
Lady.
gets mad at him and starts hitting him while this is going on.
and he's like, he's got to retreat.
yeah, he's like, what?
Yeah, and so like the whole world's changed, man.
Yeah, you can't save
know,
a lady.
It's 6
It's been
months.
6 months.
6 months.
It's
The
6
whole
months.
world's changed except for Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You, those
Still
fucking
the same fucking Christmas.
those fucking SJW cucks have made it a woman's world in that 6 months in 1987. And you can't go out there and save a lady. That's sexist, man.
Yeah, man. They're not going to suffrage that shit no more.
Jason's broken.
They're not voting for shit.
Jason's broken.
I'm getting there. I'm holding on. I'm out of notes though. So
I am too.
What about the line, can I buy you a drink? That sounds nice, but it's my treat.
yeah.
Oh
yeah.
God, yeah. So when he saves
As long as it's
Anne,
my treat.
As long, whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like
yeah,
that.
and when he saves Anne, she's gonna thank him by buying him a drink, and he's like,
Bleh.
"I'll buy you a drink."
Yeah. But 6 months later, she would have been like, you're an asshole. Because, woman
Because everything
power.
changed.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
everything
right.
changed.
That's
The
right.
whole world changed.
Yeah.
You know what it led to? Him killing everyone. At the
Yes,
end of the movie.
so how long do we have to stretch this thing out for?
Well, we're getting there now. We're getting there now.
So
Because the movie peps up in the last 20 minutes.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
so
Big
he
fully.
goes out. So he can't find Anne. Now this is my favorite part. This is where you really get to the gravitas
where you
of-
really feel the pain of
of Frank Stallone.
yeah.
Inside his
Joe Hard
hair.
sad at this point.
Yeah. He is very hard sad.
He's sad
Yeah.
well.
So he so he's
That was better.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So he's looking for Anne everywhere. He's got no leads. Like he thinks he's got a lead in the one hooker pal that
Right.
that also works for Harry.
Hooker pal.
Everyone has deniability that the Anne ever existed, but
Yeah.
he thinks he has a lead, and then what? Go.
So
Everyone
he
should
like,
have a hooker pal.
everyone should have a hooker pal.
Unless you're married,
I
you probably shouldn't have a hooker
avocado
pal.
for hooker pals.
Yeah. I mean, just a pal that's
Yes.
a hooker that you can call up and say, "Hey, I need some leads on some shit."
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
What do
because
you
they
got?
have all the information.
Because they have all the information.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
They
Hooker
know a
pal.
lot of people.
Yeah, they're like whistleblowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got on Trump?
Trump's got a lot of those too. Anyway,
I was more alluding to a sexual act, but yeah, go
Oh
ahead.
no.
I was
necessarily-
joking. Sorry.
that's a skin flute. blow.
Yeah, yeah.
I really should have done this episode as
You should.
B-movie enema.
This is B movie enema.
I should have done
all
this
day.
episode as that Jeff.
Yeah. Oh, you should have.
Yeah. Anyway,
Too bad.
too bad.
Yeah, we're not doing it again.
No, we're not.
Nope.
Um,
It doesn't crash.
shut up.
Hold on, computer.
Shut
Do it.
up. It's gonna do it if you pay it attention. So the he's wandering the streets of L.A. and he's sad. He can't find his lady, and so he goes out to the street and he clenches his fist and his mullet shakes a little bit
It does.
and he looks to the sky and he screams, "Annie!" And it does the thing where it pulls back, and
It's
it
a
shows
stellar
different-
moment. It's amazing.
And it just keeps yelling it.
It's a real Rocky moment.
I like to
It's a
think.
real
I like to think.
shitty moment.
I like
Yeah.
to think that it's the moment that Tommy Wiseau saw that he did his "You're tearing me apart, Lisa." He,
Yeah, but he fucked up the name.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's her name? I don't know, Lisa.
so it's like by way of a Streetcar Named Desire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really think that was like an attempt at the Adrian Rocky thing.
That could be. It could be.
maybe,
It
but
could
it was
be.
definitely.
It's
trying
definitely
to
a little bit
gravitas
more.
it up.
It's just definitely a little bit more like Tennessee Williams than
Yeah.
Oh,
Then-
yeah.
Definitely.
I
Yeah.
mean, well, everything about this movie is a little more just
a
not
little bit more
on.
just terrible.
Yeah, just not on point.
It's like this, but fails. utter. This is like watching
Yeah.
a mascot dressed up like a giant fucking, I don't know, elephant or something,
In tight blue jeans.
trying to slam dunk a basketball with like a little trampoline.
Yeah,
So it jumps, but completely, totally misses the
it
trampoline.
hits its chin on the rim or something.
No, it just misses the trampoline.
Oh, okay. It didn't even hit the trampoline.
Falls down, and then the trampoline like rolls over and racks the guy.
Yeah.
That's what happened. here.
We
Yeah.
need to talk a little bit about how worthless Chris Mitchum is.
Yeah, he shows up for a fight. So, okay, well, wait, we got to get to why. Okay, so meanwhile, he is still trying to.
Jeff really wants to
No,
we're
I
We're
really-
gonna get it.
this
We're
out.
gonna
We're
get
gonna
it.
get
We're
there
gonna get
because
there.
we got to explain when this movie peps up.
All right.
And I can tell you the moment it pepped up because I thought this is kind of brilliant, but they fucked it up at the end, which is the whole movie. So anyway, he says Annie, and then he finds out, and he's just kind of like roaming the town again with Christopher Mitchum.
Whoa! Wow!
And the little bit behind the scenes there is some
There's a cat attack.
cat attack. Anyway, so he's wandering the street and he accidentally bumps into Annie, and she's all strung out, right? So
Yeah.
and she sees him. It's like, oh my god, can't see me this way. Starts, I don't know, running off,
Running off. She's like, Joe!
and then runs into the street and gets run over by a truck
That was trying to kill her.
That was trying to kill her. It was a truck driving assassin
yes.
hired by Harry Kane.
that just happened to be like, opportunity knocks.
Yeah.
She's in the road. I'm going to drive this fucking semi truck into her.
And he does.
And he does.
And it seemingly kills her.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my god. And so now Frank Stallone's super pissed. And he's like, this is a one-man battle. Eye for an eye. It's my fight now.
yeah, he's ready to like
So
Rambo this shit.
previously, he-
Blambo. He's gonna be. He's
gonna be
he's gonna Rando.
Bummerbo.
Yeah, I'm Rando. I throb.
I thought Mitchum's was rando.
Yeah, you got Rando and Blambo.
Blando.
Blando. Yeah.
So he previously did try one fight with Mitchum, and he got his ass handed to him, and then he's worthless for the rest of the fucking thing.
He's
Yeah,
worthless
because then
for
you had the
whole
whole
movie.
the whole truck
the whole
dragon
truck thing
scene.
happens, and so then
There-
he
there-
just sends him home.
There is absolutely
later.
there's absolutely no reason for Chris Mitchum to be in this movie. There are two reasons, but they're not good ones. One is because his last name is Mitchum, and the other reason is because we have to fucking fill 90 minutes of time.
Right, it's a 40-minute film without Mitchum
Right.
meandering and being goofy.
but
and getting it on with
but
Wednesday
he's
Addams.
completely pointless. His character and Wednesday Addams' character are completely pointless.
They are pointless to the end result of the movie. Ultimately,
They have
because
no story. They have
Right.
no arc. There's
there's
nothing.
no arc. It
There's
is-
nothing to them that adds anything to this movie.
they just
other
legitimized that it was
other
okay
than
to fall
Wednesday
in love
Addams.
in 4 days.
Yeah.
That's what they were there for, to legitimize the love in 4 days.
Like I liked your idea, Jeff, a lot better when you were like, "Oh, both the girls are going to get kidnapped."
That's what
That was his.
That was your idea. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Chuck. I liked your idea better.
Yes.
When you were like, both the girls are going to get kidnapped.
That's
and
what
they're
I
going to have to team up to rescue them from human trafficking.
Yeah.
And sex trafficking, right? I was like, oh yeah,
And I was
could be
half
a cool,
right.
That could be a cool fucking movie. And no, that wasn't
here's
not
the
really
other
the
problem
movie.
with this. So okay, so at this
Because
point,
if they had gotten kidnapped right after just excruciatingly long falling in love sequence. If they had gotten kidnapped right there, kidnapping and their torture and their misuse would have been like the second act. While Frank Stallone and Chris Mitchum trying to figure out where they are. Right?
Yes, they wouldn't even have to have
It's like
leave
Taken,
for 6
right?
months.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
Taken.
Yeah,
Right, they wouldn't have to leave. They're just like, we gotta fucking find our ladies, right?
Because that was half the movie is Frank
then-
looking for him and not
and then the
knowing
last
what's
act
going on.
is them like fucking enacting just ridiculous
Vengeance to
right.
get the girls
Savage,
back.
Right.
harboring vengeance.
Right. I mean, that is a much better movie.
Or even
why
have-
didn't they make that movie?
Because they don't have my smarts, Jason.
They
But it-
could
I don't
have
know.
even
It
started
doesn't
a
make
death
any-
feud.
Yeah,
So
make that movie.
now, and here's the thing also. It's like, so the last 15 minutes or so is Frank Stallone just blowing motherfuckers away.
A couple of them.
A few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple few
Of these guys.
guys get it.
And then he ultimately shoots Kane in the dick.
Yes,
And that's it. So he goes to sleep outside his black buddy's bar. And the guy shows
Whoa,
up.
black buddy, bram a lamb. Whoa, black buddy.
Can I sleep out here?
We out here all night, bram a lamb. Gotta get you inside, bram a lamb.
By the way, your girlfriend's alive.
Bram a lamb.
that's good.
And
See, we need jokes like that for episodes like this because it keeps things moving and it's like kind of entertaining. This is good.
So
Thanks for pointing it out, Jason, that we're
Thanks
making
for
a
explaining
joke.
the
Keep it coming. We're at 46 and a half minutes. So we're
not
doing
making
well.
An hour. We're not making an hour here. So but that's the thing, right? It's like if you didn't tell by the lyrics of our song there, our Grammy Award-winning song,
Whoa, black buddy.
the Black Buddy shows up and he's like, by the way, your girl's alive. And we're like, no.
She was supposed to be dead.
Yes, she's dead. That's the reason there's this vengeful killing spree.
It's a fucking murder spree.
Or murder like, mini spree.
he's-
Like mini sprees,
and
not
he-
the chewable sprees. It wasn't a real spree. It was
It was like
The
Smarties.
chewable spree.
Yeah.
It was a package
like
of
a roll.
Revenge Smarties.
And he's not even like that happy when he hears.
He's like, huh? What?
He's like, what? Oh, cool.
Oh, I'm
Awesome.
just gonna
She's
mosey on in
She's
there.
still alive. It's awesome.
Now you see what happened there is that Jason was acting like a big dummy. Really keeps things going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep acting like a dummy.
We got to
for
explain every
15 more
joke.
minutes.
It really helps.
So he goes into the hospital and her doctor is there. And the doctor is this guy who's got this really heavy accent. And it's
He's
like,
he
this
looks-
is the director.
I agree.
I think you're right. It's
and he
gotta
looked
be.
like like fat old Mandy Patinkin.
So Mandy Patinkin.
As the fat old
He's
fat
kinda-
Mandy. His old fatty Mandy Patinkin.
Manny Patinkin is not a fat man.
He's not.
He's got a little bit
This
of
guy was
round.
way bigger. This guy was
Okay,
way
fair
bigger
enough.
than Mandy Patinkin.
Anyway, so the guy's like, you must be Joe. You are the guy she keeps talking about when she's not lucid. Okay.
You did a better job
Yeah, I know. I
of
yeah.
delivering his
Yeah.
lines than he did right
Yes,
there. Yeah,
yes, I did.
with no rehearsal.
Yes.
Yeah. And he fucking directed this thing.
Right
And-
to the ground.
It's
Hey,
like
hey, I got a Mitchum and Stallone. I will make a the millions.
it's like he took a shotgun and pointed it at the sky. It's like, this movie's gonna soar. And then he pulled the trigger only to realize the shotgun was backwards, and it just shot him right in his
Or
own
it hit a
dick.
Right in his own dick.
Right in
Yeah.
his own dick.
Yeah.
He Harry Caned himself.
He redeemed himself. But he survived and became a doctor in this movie. So the girl's a lot, and it's like,
This
whole
deflated
thing-
Jeff. He was so excited about her getting hit by the truck.
I was so excited.
He jumped up in his seat while Jason was having a film seizure on the couch.
Jeff was like, yeah, fucking kill her.
Kill that bitch!
You really were having a film seizure for like 20 minutes.
And then
That's what I
I
imagine
still
the name
am.
of this
I'm like,
movie,
I
this
keep
show
putting
means.
my hands in my face in disbelief.
well, and here's the thing also, is that I thought we were going to see these two guys be like hard beat cops or something, like detectives or something.
Yeah.
Like there's some shit being smuggled in.
Yeah, we got to get to the bottom of this shit.
Right, and it's like, but when they're merchant seamen, that's deflating too.
Yeah.
Because they're just schlubs.
Yep, they're schlubs.
And yet
And
they
they-
go
and
off.
they
No,
act
no
like
offense,
schlubs.
merchant seamen.
And they act like schlubs. They get their asses kicked multiple times.
Yeah, they're worthless people.
Yeah.
Yeah, until they get a gun and somebody can't hit them with bullets
Oh
and
my
hides
God.
behind a fence.
Yeah. So one of the guys, one
Oh,
of the
that's
goons.
great.
So, also we don't know if his informant hooker lady that he meets up with and gets a bunch of info from. We don't know if she ends up.
So she went on the car chase when they were being chased. I think that ended in a fight with Slick, and we didn't even talk about the dude that's laughing that looks like an older chunk that just is laughing the
Goonies?
whole entire movie.
Yeah, he's like this giggling, shit-eating grin monster man.
Yeah, but yeah, go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
I mean he's like Muttley from fucking Hanna-Barbera. He's just giggling the whole, like he's just reveling in being
everything.
evil.
Yes, all his actions. So Slick is another lackey who plays some
Slim.
part in
It was
Slim.
Slim.
Yeah, whatever.
God, how do I know that?
He gets in a gunfight with Joe Hardwell, and he's hiding behind a chain link fence, which I don't understand. And then he gets shot off.
But
anyway,
Joe is playing fair. He also should be called Joe Fairplay.
Yeah.
because he's only shooting.
yeah,
when
when
the
he
guy
comes out in the
out.
open, if his back's turned to him, he won't shoot him.
Right.
So
You
the
like
only
that joke
reason
too?
What a
You wanna
guy!
explain
What a
that
guy!
one?
Joe Fairplay.
the only
What a
reason
guy.
we bring this up is because the other informant hooker is with him, and apparently she did die in this
I
scene.
don't know.
I don't think she died.
Well,
But she never comes back.
So
No.
grinning, giggling, shit-eating grin guy, like holds a gun to her, and he's like kind of raping her. And
Yeah, he
kind
wants to
of-
get rapey with her.
and kind of wants to shoot her in the fucking face.
But she was
But
alive.
nothing happened. But Stallone dispatches Goonie, and he goes to talk to the lady.
He looked like the grown-up chunk from Goonies.
We said that.
You were looking at your phone.
Oh yeah.
You're counting
No.
fucking dingers.
You were counting dingers.
I've been counting dingers all night, folks.
Yeah. You can see that's why he didn't like Savage Harbor. Anyway,
I
He
did.
would have loved it if he wasn't.
If
yeah.
he
I
was-
didn't
he
like
was
this
watching.
movie, guys.
but anyway, so he goes up to the hooker informant and says, "Hey, come back. Stay here. I'll be back." Okay, sure.
And she's like, for the umpteenth time, "You're cute, but you're kind of dumb."
And,
And then he leaves her there.
So I guess she died.
yeah, he did leave her.
Yeah, she's
Did she
probably
get
dead.
sta-
Maybe at the end of the next movie, he'll find out she's
But
alive.
you didn't see her get wounded.
No,
No.
she's just like had a little bit of a fight, like had a lot of a fight because he was trying to rape her.
They're like, at this point, they're like, how do we get her out of this movie? I know, we'll just have him
We'll
leave
just leave her in the fucking junkyard. The fucking whore.
Well, it's
Yeah.
almost like you mentioned earlier that Chuck. You mentioned earlier that she's the new love interest. They're going to end up together at the end. They're
which
falling
should
in
have
love.
happened because the
Right.
fucking other
But I
woman should be
think
dead.
that there might have been a studio note.
Oh,
No,
somebody
fuck,
disagreed.
I know, right? We will fucking studio. We gotta let the other girl who you killed with the truck live. So we gotta cut the final scene with this blonde whore out because she can't get Stallone. This other chick's gotta get Stallone. I bet you there's a scene on the cutting room floor somewhere of her and
at the avocado farm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
While Annie should
Yep.
have bought the big avocado farm in the sky.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I think that might have been the alternate ending.
You cracked the avocado on that one.
I cracked the avocado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The avocado.
Not bad
code,
for only
the
paying
avocado-
The
half,
avocado.
Not
the
bad for only
avocado
paying half
code.
attention.
Avocado code.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So anyway, they all end up together
at the avocado farm.
at the avocado
yeah,
farm.
because
it's a rendezvous.
Chris is like, "Hey, do you like avocados? I know a guy who owns a farm." And
Yeah.
and Wednesday Adams is like, "I want a divorce."
Why are we in this movie?
I wouldn't say Adams.
Look at my boobs. I did say that the hooker friend looked simultaneous. Like this is a thing in the '80s where like sleazy women could look both too young and too old at the same time.
But I also said that's just good casting for a hooker.
I just described the hooker.
I mean, I would think that every hooker is going to look way older than she really is. Like you look 28. You're 28.
I just put up.
You're like
quotes for those of you
42. It's like a 14-year window.
That's some slut shaming.
That's not slut
You
shaming.
don't have an addition problem.
I just
Jason.
think that, I don't. I just think that's a hard life. That's all I'm saying.
Probably is. So, shit, we're done. This movie's not very good. I'm not putting it near the Holy Trinity, the unholy Trinity of the bottom.
What's the whole unholy trinity again? We got Warlock 2, Leprechaun 4,
Leprechaun 4 for sure,
and Poison Ivy 4. Those are the worst movies we've covered. Why the fuck do we watch those movies?
Because the tagline of the show is the good, the bad, and everything in between.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
We
did it for you, folks.
Too much bullshit and not enough action, guys.
Too much bullshit, not enough action. But I feel like this episode was a lot of action and only a little bit of bullshit.
Just a little bit of bullshit.
It was entirely bullshit.
Yeah, it was.
We had to really fight for this.
But I
oh my God, we're gonna make an hour.
But I feel like we did it. I feel like we made it an entertaining episode.
You took the Lord's name in vain.
I did.
You better apologize to Vinegar Syndrome.
I'm not. They are on my they're on my shit list for this one.
Wink, 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 wink.
B Movie Enema definitely is on their payroll.
Yeah, them and Severin and absolutely.
They don't give me any free shit, so I'm gonna talk some shit about Savage Harbor, Vinegar Syndrome. Come at me, bro.
The next convention you guys are at, you better.
I'm gonna call James out by name. James, you sold me Vinegar Syndrome. You sold me Savage Harbor. You sold me Frogs Come to Helltown.
You said Frogs Come to Midtown.
God damn it!
I almost said.
I fucked up my own fuck up. This episode has really broken me.
Yes, it's a good thing that we're going to take a couple weeks off before we record again. But that doesn't mean that episodes are not coming. Next week, we watch a good movie next week. Next of Kin.
Yes. We have check back for that one.
Yep. And just like Savage Harbor, time and space is all twisted and warped here. We've already recorded that episode.
I was just about to say, I feel like I'm going to like that movie a lot more.
Would you say
wink, wink.
Would you say that you've had a love affair with it while we struggled with Savage Harbor?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the Christopher Mitchum.
Yeah.
In this.
I hear you. I hear you.
All right.
Trying to make this work, just trying to squeeze one off here to this movie
Do you think we can wrap this up elegantly?
Absolutely not. Not on this one.
Not on this one.
This one, we're gonna be stumbling through this like a fucking Frank Stallone hairless ape.
Well, let's try. Where can people listen to us?
Well, we upload our stuff to the SoundCloud, which then we post onto filmseizure.com. Wednesday mornings, new episodes of Film Seizure. Wednesday afternoon. Monday. See, I already fucked it up.
That's fine.
Monday afternoons.
You got it.
We have Monster Mondays, where I
Yes.
talk about monster movie. Even the bad ones, I find 3 good things to like about it.
Always 3 good things to like
Always.
about it.
Sometimes
We could find 3 good things to like about Savage Harbor. Even I could find 3 things that I like.
set and a half of boobs.
Yeah.
3 things. Boom. Right
I
there.
mean,
got it.
Guy on Fire, boobies, and Frank Stallone screaming at the sky. Yeah, exactly.
There we go. We did it. See, look, it's not that hard to do. You don't have to live negatively, people. That's my whole. That's what I'm trying to feed people with Monster Mondays. Plus, a lot of people just like monsters.
Yeah.
What about the social medias?
Film Seizure is found on the Facebooks and the Twitters at Film Seizure. Go there.
Indeed.
You can also find our episodes. Oh, I skipped all the other places. You can also find our episodes on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and TuneIn. Even upload the stuff to YouTube.
Exactly. And if you would like, shoot us an email. at filmseizure@gmail.com. We like emails. We're kind of weird and old school that way. I love emails.
I like
Read me-
handwritten notes.
I like those too. You can send those to Jeff at mailing address is.
You guys need a PO box.
Oh, PO your own box.
See, I wasn't gonna do it because I don't know your address.
I do.
Well, I'm not giving out my address.
I know I wouldn't do it either.
Fucking Vinegar Syndrome is going to show up. And
They.
I'm going to be like, dude, not me, him.
They're gonna put me on the blacklist.
Probably.
Yeah.
You already fucked up Hell Comes to Frogtown.
I did. Multiple times.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. I don't know. Look up me in the internet box, and you should find my mailing address probably, and I'll probably get a ping on my Credit Karma that somebody has looked up my address. Anyway, my address was found someplace.
That would be amazing if they did. That's
That
some
would be scary,
that's some
actually.
good credit monitoring. Jesus.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
need
actually,
that. What do you fucking got? Like Guido and
Yeah, I got a couple of guys
you got-
who monitor it.
and also
Harry Kane monitors.
Steve Jobs himself, like monitoring
The
your
ghost
credit
of
for you.
Steve, the ghost of Steve Jobs hovers over my credit.
Yeah, I think I meant to say Bill Gates, but yep.
Jason had a mini stroke and is living in the
I've-
past.
I've been stroking out for the last
Yes,
2
and
hours.
it's been really
so-
uncomfortable. Put that fucking thing away.
yeah.
All right.
Good job. Good job. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening to
five.
this train wreck of an episode. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Jason Oliver,
I'm Jeff Arbuckle.
And I'm Chuck Moore.
and you have been listening to Film Seizure.
Oh, darling, I wish you were lying when you say that you're leaving me, darling.
Fucked up the end. You even fucked up your thing.
How did I fuck up the thing?
You always go last.
Whoa, Black
yeah,
Buddy.
but I wanted to end it. I took charge.